Dragon Ball Z.
Wah! Gohan!
Impressive, Trunks. Unfortunately, you've forgotten one thing. That form pumps up everything but your penis. No!
That dirty earthling Kakarot. He hasn't learned the true way of saying dick sucking. Truly, it is nature versus nurture in equal parts.
Vegeta, don't you get it? Goku's a top.
No, Gohan. The only way to master your true power is to become a verse. You must master being a bottom and a top.
Wait, a verse? That's new.
All Namekians are a verse. We have no gender.
We gave up our pronouns 1,000 years ago. After the great calamity scoured planet Namek. Nail is the only Namekian with a penis. That is why he's our greatest warrior.
Alright,
Yeah, El's been watching Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, I've been watching insane amounts of Dragon Ball Z.
The most important television program ever made.
Welcome to Party Night, everybody. We have still not decided whether we are a film podcast or an anime podcast, and frankly, that's even more specific than we started the podcast with. I mean, the idea that we went in with.
I think we're just here to talk about feeling miserable, and maybe
pretty much
our bowel movements sometimes.
Yeah, that's pretty much what goes on in the DMs, folks.
Yeah, I will be like, I coomed, and I'll be like, I sharted. And we'll both be like, nice.
It'll be mostly like, I'll log on and I'll be like, oh man, I'm feeling this incredible feeling of euphoria because I just took my prescription. And then 5 hours later, Stair will wake up at like noon.
Yes.
And then he'll be like, I'm in
where are you?
agonizing pain.
Yes. I'll just send L 13 messages. And she'll wake up from a coma. And I'll be asleep.
Pretty much.
So have you seen anything cool lately?
Why, yes. I just watched History of Trunks with you.
Yes, literally.
5 minutes ago.
Yes.
No, but I figure.
No, yes. Yes, you did.
I mean, yes, I did, but I'll get to that in a moment. That'll be that'll be a little treat to talk about.
I will say my dad hated it when we watched it when I was 10.
Yes, well, all evidence points to your dad not knowing shit. Except for if you want a senior networking professional in the
Yes.
Chicago area.
He is very good at that, I think. Maybe. He's getting up there in the years. I don't know how long he can hold it in his brain.
Yeah, me too, TBH.
All right.
But anyway, I'm just gonna, I'll just kind of run through what's been going on, what I've watched, just real quick.
I spent the past month dying from an undisclosed disease, and by undisclosed I mean I can't afford to see a doctor.
Yeah.
I hope it's Maybe it's IBS. Maybe it's vape lung. Who knows?
Prayers up for Stairmaster. Prayers up.
That's all. Al, is there something you want to disclose to the audience? Something that might be affecting your ability to riff?
Actually, it's making me better.
Okay.
I am drinking at the moment.
Mm-hmm. And shocking reversal, I'm stone cold sober and Al's fucked up.
Yeah. Yes.
I have not been able to do weed. I thought it might have been cannabis hyperemesis that was afflicting me. But it's still going on, so I think it's IBS.
I see.
Or maybe it's vape lung. Maybe I'll be dead this year.
Oh, God. No, I realized recently after going over to a friend's place.
A girlfriend's place?
Well, yes. I mean, it's my girlfriend's place, and I guess I'm friends with her roommates as well. And we have like all our birthdays are like really close to each other. So I'm like going over there again this weekend. But when I went over there, it was to like celebrate her roommate's birthday, and we played this drinking game, and I have to admit I got very excited because it was the exact type of thing that I should have done in college, and I needed to do in college.
Yeah.
But I never actually did.
I missed that life experience too by not going to a real college. Also
What's
having
funny
sex
is-
and stuff.
Is it? Yes, definitely. Me too. What's funny is that I actually went to a college that was actually very notorious for being a complete party school.
Yes, Harvard.
and yet I just stayed inside my dorm all the time playing Xenosaga.
Oh my god, you should have been so popular.
But
I feel like every
no.
college social group needs a Xenosaga person in their circle.
Absolutely.
The one-
Somebody needs somebody to corner them in a literal corner and just talk to them about Nietzsche for 60 minutes.
Is that what you did at the birthday party?
No, thankfully I did not get into a Xenogears digression. But
you only got drunk and cheated on your...
No, she was right there.
Oh, you made her watch, you sick mofo.
No, but back to my main point here. I actually had it's actually very refreshing when I have revelations now, because I feel like an old person. I actually turned 28 on Wednesday, and
Yikes. Go in.
Yeah, and so whenever I have a revelation, it's like, oh, I can still learn things even at this old age. But
I've been having a lot of revelations lately too.
I believe
about
it.
how I'm going to die soon.
I was gonna say, have you had a revelation that femboys are in fact good?
They're neat.
And dicks are good? No, just kidding.
I think it would be cool to sword fight Astolfo. I don't think I have any attachment to any of the other popular ones.
Of us. But anyway, my ultimate point here is we played a drinking game. It was great. We ended up telling a lot of very raunchy stories.
Ones I will never hear.
I can tell you some of them later.
Okay.
Most of them were like other people's stories, TBH. So it's not. But
that's lame.
I had the realization that alcohol actually does have its place, because previously I basically was a hardliner. I was like, you know what? Alcohol sucks. I hate drinking alcohol, which isn't necessarily untrue. However, when I smoke, there's always, no matter how much I smoke, there's always a little bit of self-consciousness there.
Oh yeah, I just ignore that when I'm high.
Yeah.
Because I'm powerful.
Damn, you're fucking... This is what it means to go even further beyond. I haven't even gotten to that part yet. But I realized that there is a place for alcohol, at least for me, because as we drank and I, got quite drunk, I was like, God damn, my inhibitions are fucking gone. My inhibitions are have been reamed harder than fucking Yamcha the first time he dies.
Wait till you try cocaine.
I would like to try that.
Oh my god, Party Night, the restaurant. It's gonna be great.
That's like when Moe's turns into a family restaurant. That's such a good episode.
Are we gonna sell out? Are we gonna become family friendly?
We have to like be consistent and professional before we can sell out.
Oh. Good luck with that.
Anyway, so I was like, hey, and the miraculous thing about it was that I drank, and for
Didn't
some
shit
reason,
yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I drank and I was drinking just the right amount of water and I was eating just the right amount so that by the end of the night, like, I felt pretty out of it, but at the same time, I did not get hungover. I did not throw up. It was like perfect. I was like, finally, or I was like, truly, this is what it means to know the power of the ultra instinct.
Perfection.
Yeah. At last, holds up glass vial. I know how to drink. I don't know. I don't know if I can know.
Oh yeah, I had my first drink last month.
Nice.
I think I told you about this. I couldn't handle it because all my dad has in this house is cheap wine.
Oh,
yeah, and I was just sipping on it, which
sucks.
is not what you're supposed to do with alcohol. You're
Yeah.
supposed to take it all at once, unlike weed, which you can sort of string out. You shouldn't, but you can. So I was just sipping on that, and I was just a little bit buzzed, and then I felt nothing, and I poured it all out. And then, like, 8 hours later, I woke up in the middle of the night just covered in sweat, screaming to God, and I just absolutely emptied my bowels. I was crying for help, asking God to make it stop. I don't know if that was the wine, or maybe the prime rib was a little rare. And this had nothing to do with the stomach problems I had later that month. By the way, I had 2 separate terrible stomach incidents.
I see. I actually had I won't even recount it here, but I think, like, you might remember, I was like alluding to it when it happened. Like,
oh yes.
Like a intestinal related thing, and it ended up being I was so fucking idiotic about it because
yeah, we're both stupid.
It ended up being because I was just like, I was too stubborn and I didn't want to use, like, because I don't have a plunger for some reason.
Oh yeah, I remember this.
I used to have a plunger, and I don't know if that was just like it came with the like my last apartment or something. I don't. Anyway, I only have a brush, but I can still use the brush, and it works to like unclog.
Wow.
It works to
but at what cost?
Unclog the toilet, but. I was just too stubborn to use it, so I ended up doing something very radical. And
just pooping on it more?
It shall be heretofore referred to as the bathroom incident.
Oh, God.
But no, anyway, so my conclusion is alcohol has its place. It's Friday night. It's party night.
Allegedly.
Oh,
it is?
Yeah.
I've lost track of the days.
Yakuza voice. It's Friday night. But no, it has its place for removing inhibitions.
Yes.
I kind of actually hope that we drink on Sunday when I go over there again.
I'm looking forward to your first public indecency charge. Flash DUI.
That would be based.
You're gonna end up like
based.
Jimmy McGill. Accidentally.
What are you doing, Kim? Trying to bail me out? I'm just a worthless bum, Kim. I don't deserve it.
That doesn't sound anything like Bob Odenkirk. I'm sorry, people.
God damn it! That's how you start off.
Yeah, that's a closer one. That's honestly, I love Bob Odenkirk so much.
Have you considered sending him down to Cape Verde or whatever? Fuck, whatever the euphemism. Boca Raton. I can't fucking remember.
Yeah, just watch me swing by the Los Pollos Hermanos. Okay, never mind that. Anyway, forget
You're
about
doing a bad impression, L.
No
more half measures.
True. So anyway, I just want to catch you guys up on. I just want to run through really quick. This is actually going to be a challenge, but
remembering stuff challenge 2021.
No, I got the list right here. But let's see here. I just want to run through like the movies I watched and everything, and like maybe give a little context for each one of them. So I think starting in December is a good time because I think we covered the previous ones.
I think the last time we talked was the election night special, L.
Oh yeah, what?
Yeah, and I've seen at least 30 movies since then. I think some of them are rewatches, but still.
True. Rewatched Videodrome, fantastic. Although every time I watch it, it becomes a little less good in my eyes. So.
That's it. You get old and miserable.
Rewatched Samurai Cop. I watched that. I watched that just.
You should have asked me. You never do anything with me anymore.
we never fuck anymore.
Am I not beautiful?
We never fuck anymore, Al. Okay, sorry.
Why don't you go host a podcast with one of your whores?
I won't, Calm, because I only love you. I would only host a podcast with you, Calm.
And with just a prostate orgasm. I don't even know what.
Tony, do you think that maybe your feelings of inadequacy stem from the fact that you've never made a perfect riff on your podcast?
The fuck are you talking about? I'm very clever.
It's always, I mean, it can go back to your childhood. I mean, your father and your mother were never supportive of your riffs.
The fuck is this? Isn't it funny enough to talk about being horny on Twitter? That's a post I don't like.
By the way,
good enough for Chapo.
By the way, Stair has been completely absorbed by The Sopranos.
Oh yeah, I finished that the other week.
He just kind of
depressed.
Yeah, he's got that post-anime depression.
Post-Tony depression.
I watched Tai Chi Master, which was a fucking masterpiece.
Did we watch that together? I watched it with Yui and Don. Oh, no. I'm thinking Man of Tai Chi, directed by Keanu Reeves. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Because I think I watched it with Yui. I might have also watched it with Faith.
Yeah. Yui doesn't watch movies with me anymore. That bitch.
No, it's because it's literally like 7 a.m. when we watch that shit.
Yeah, there's no way I can be up then.
Yeah, rewatched Blade Runner. Why did what was the context for it?
I don't know. When did you watch it anyways?
I rewatched that with my GF and her roommates because her roommates had not seen it. And then one of her roommates, who is a female who shall not be named, was like, I didn't really like it. Like, there weren't really characters.
This is kind of a dude's rock film.
I was like, oh. But then, starting in December, Stair and I watched The Raid.
Yes, you were like a total virgin for that.
Yeah, I was. I honestly was.
Completely unprepared.
It was fucking based.
Let's read your review for it on Letterboxd. Haha, okay. Awesome. 4 out of 5 stars. Why did you not give it 5?
I was probably not sober, which is the reason why I wrote the review like that.
Yeah.
Then on
The Raid is basically like if you had a Hong Kong action film, but it was shot like a horror film.
Yeah, exactly.
The same level of perfection and stunts, but real world consequences.
It's fucking great. Like I don't even want to talk about those movies just because I feel like people should just watch them instead of listening to other people talk about them.
I will just say it was a delight hearing Elle just constantly laugh in terror when people died. Every single kill was horrifying in its own way.
Just nervous laughter. Then on the 12th, I watched Mandy. With my GF and their roommates.
I rewatched John Wick 3. Nothing interesting.
What do you say, sir?
I rewatched John Wick 3. Nothing interesting there.
Oh shit.
They really need to step it up for the 4th one, though. I'm getting bored of his gun kata.
I feel like I really hope they do what I thought they were gonna do, or
Give
what I think they're gonna do. Well, that, and at the end of the 3rd one, I was like, okay, they're gonna intentionally jump the shark with the 4th one, and they're gonna give him literally cyborg body.
Yes,
because Because, dude, the way that it ends, the way that he gets hurt at the end of the third one, but he's somehow still alive. Like,
yeah.
It feels like they were just
no. It's gonna be magic.
Like it's some Metal Gear. It's gonna be some Metal Gear shit.
It's gonna be magic.
But
maybe he'll go to a Shaolin temple.
That would be so badass.
And just
like I want the first third of the movie to be like the
Batman Begins.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. The first Nolan Batman movie, where it's like it's
the
not
only
even
good
a
part
Batman
of that film.
Movie. Yeah, true. Yeah,
I would love that.
But with I was gonna say with Mandy.
Mandy, yes, I have still not seen
that movie. That movie, I felt it was really good, but I also felt my expectations had been completely warped beforehand.
Oh yes, discourse abounds for that film.
Yeah, it does. And the thing is that people aren't even necessarily specific about that movie when they talk about it. But even still, I had kind of this idea of what it was about, and it was not what I assumed, but it was still good. What I assumed. Here's kind of what I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be Nicolas Cage in a doing psychedelic violence, which he does. That is in the movie. However, I thought it was going to be way more fast paced than it was. Think of the movie is literally a doom metal movie, and I thought it was going to be a fucking like a fucking Creator, Celtic Frost, fucking thrash metal violence movie, but it was a doom metal, like Nicolas Cage. He becomes the villain of the horror movie. He becomes the monster.
I think that's what needs to replace superhero films, doom metal films.
I 100% agree. Also,
we need like an Operation Mindcrime film or something.
Oh God, I've literally
that would be very on brand for 2021.
I've literally envisioned what that would look like in my head before, but you already know.
Yeah.
But also,
around that, yes.
This is a slight spoiler. Not really, but kind of. But I thought, okay, for people who have seen the movie mostly, I thought that Mandy was going to end up being like a voice in his head. Like I thought he was going to absorb the soul of Mandy, which would have made it so awesome. Like if it was a super fast-paced, violent movie, and also he was like hearing her voice, and like it was like kind of when Piccolo absorbed Nail or whatever. Which is so funny that they just never really mentioned that again. But anyway, that's kind of how I feel about that.
Yeah, I watched, around that time, I watched Sicario, Day of the Soldado.
Oh, God.
I did not make it through that movie. I do want to give them props for, like, the opening, which features 3 Islamic terrorists suicide bombing an American grocery store.
And
a single take shot that ends with, like, this mother and her child begging the last one not to blow himself up, and then them getting vaporized.
Yeah. The one thing I will give it is that scene does stick in my mind, but probably for all the wrong reasons.
I was laughing.
Yeah.
I also watched Revenger, but that film sucks. There's nothing good to say about that. It's like a Korean live-action Fist of the North Star set on a prison island.
Oh.
But all the choreography flats. No, it sucks. Oh, do you want me to talk about Killing Them Softly? Because it's been a month and I hardly remember.
It's just...
That film is like uncut gems for the fellas. Like, it starts with this guy walking in this desolate, abandoned neighborhood while Obama's 2008 campaign speech is playing. Like, throughout the movie, there's like news clips of Bush and Obama talking about the economic crisis. Meanwhile, the plot is just about Brad Pitt hunting down these 2 guys who robbed a mob card game. And James Gandolfini shows up for like a 10-minute cameo. Where he delivers a very gross monologue about fucking horrors, and it just turns out he's too old and busted to kill people anymore. And Brad Pitt's just very disappointed. But the film really... When he shows up, the film was like, hey, it's James Gandolfini, look! Look, he's going down the escalator at the airport, look!
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, and then I watched Videodrome, which we talk about on our TV Tuners bonus episode.
Oh, shit, yeah. Because I watched Videodrome on the 17th.
Yes.
But that was because somebody was like streaming it in a Discord server, and I was like, "Oh hell yeah, I'll watch that shit again." Wait, no, I already mentioned that. What the fuck?
I also watched Charge Counterattack with my dad. Surprisingly few questions. Like his main one was what happened at the end.
Yeah, I just kind of assumed it was some Tomino shit where like their souls merged with the big other or whatever the fuck.
Oh no, they literally had cockpits made out of Psycho Camo material. So it's just like a feedback loop of people dying wishes being bounced off that and warping physics in a way we don't understand.
So it's kind of like Xenosaga.
Yes.
Interesting.
Xenosaga is like the video game version of Gundam, which is like the Japanese version of The Sopranos.
I would contest
which is the
this
American version of Evangelion, which is the more literal version of Gundam.
Fair point. I just want to real quick mention what my review for Mandy just said. And I still stand by this. I think this is the best way I could have possibly put it. This is like if Refn was actually good at capturing a vision, because one, fuck that guy, and two, that's actually true. Because
I have good memories of watching Drive solely because it was like 5 a.m. and right after I was done, Eugene Software announced a sequel to War Game, European Escalation. I was really hyped for that because they were adding planes in, another dimension for my autism to grow in.
That is, I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing with you because because I know.
God, I miss those days playing War Game. I have 420.2 hours on it.
So we watched the Raid 2, which was honestly similar story. Like we're not going to waste
more
time
like The Godfather.
Yeah.
Like imagine the Raid if it was directed by Martin Scorsese, but same level of choreography. The only thing in life was narration for one of the characters.
My review, I feel a little bit self-aggrandizing quoting my own reviews, but I really only do so when the review is short enough and when I still stand behind the sentiment 100%.
In this case, you wrote Coom.
No.
Not that movie.
I wrote, I love it when sequels don't contain the thing that their title references. I'm perfectly fine that the 2 doesn't contain a titular raid, though. I fucking love anime.
No, there's a raid at the end.
Well,
when he drives a car through the garage and just runs people over.
I guess.
And kills everyone inside. How is that not a raid?
I guess. I watched Videodrome again. I don't know why I watched that 2 months in a row.
Yeah, you're an addict.
I watched the one starring Jet Li, and like I was super conflicted about that movie.
Well, Jason Statham is kind of a wasted in that film.
Yeah, he is. But to be fair, it's kind of like an earlier role for him anyway. But it's kind of weird. It's just kind of weird. Mm-hmm. I was just kind of conflicted about it because it was like the kind of like the Walmart version of the Matrix in a way. Like it's a combination of Highlander, Time Cop, and Demolition Man.
Yes, all great movies in their own right.
But like, I mean, and I'm about to tell on myself for how dumb I am, but like,
you can tell the Jet Li's apart.
No, I could tell them apart, but
wow.
But
they're the same guy, right? They're both Jet Li. I'm sorry.
No, it's just the fact that they spend so much time in the first part of the movie just depicting and building up the character of the evil Jet Li before the good one even gets introduced. I thought that for the longest time that the evil Jet Li was like the protagonist, and like that I was trying to figure.
You just thought it was a libertarian film?
Yes. I was trying to figure out the ways in which his goals could actually be virtuous.
Oh, I had that problem when I watched Undisputed with Ving Rhames. Because he goes to jail for rape, and I'm like, oh, well, the film's starting off from his perspective, so he must have been framed. And then the film literally cuts to a TV interview with the victim crying, and I'm like, huh. I wonder how they're going to expose her as a lying bitch.
Yeah. This is some avant-garde cinema right here.
And then in the sequel, he's a good guy again, because he has to defeat Boyka. And they don't talk about the rape at all.
Oh, shit.
But he's also played by Michael Jai White instead of Ving Rhames.
I also watched American Psycho again.
Yes.
Because I
Did you learn
went over
anything?
to my girlfriend. What?
Did you learn anything this time around?
Yeah, I learned that the movie is based, and that Christian Bale's character is based, and we should aspire to be like him.
Yeah, we learned, me and the TV Tuners boys learned that Conservapedia hates that film.
Good.
I watched the Rurouni Kenshin live-action trilogy. It had some amazing choreography. The only problem is they toned down all the colors and shit.
Oh, yeah. Did everybody look like they were wearing wigs or something?
I didn't notice, but I'm retarded. No, Rurouni Kenshin hardly looks like a redhead in this. And they even toned down the brawler guy's headband to be less red, bright red. But no, it's amazing. The first one ends with them fighting in a courtyard while the bad guy's throwing money into the courtyard to get people to beat them up. That's just simply isn't enough.
Classic. There was some other movie that I mean, I know probably a lot of movies actually do that, but there's some other movie that did that shit, and I can't remember what it was. But
also, I watched Donnie Brasco, which I do want to talk about.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Which I have a thesis for that film. It's a version of Deep Cover, but for white people.
Oh, interesting.
Like the prior
Added to watch list.
Instead of Morpheus, instead of Lawrence Fishburne and Jeff Goldblum, you have Johnny Depp, who looks like Nick Mullen at the start of this movie with his mustache, and Al Pacino.
Ooh, yeah.
And like Deep Cover, you see the toll that the snitching is taking on him. But at the end, it kind of just, he doesn't challenge the system, unlike Lawrence Fishburne. Instead of having a cool antique smuggler girlfriend, he just has a wife that he ignores.
Yeah, that's the difference between Italians and Lawrence Fishburne.
Is Johnny Depp Italian? I guess that sounds Italian.
Not that I know of. I was just guessing.
Yeah, he does not murder his way up to the top of the criminal world in that. Because, like I said, this is for white people. They got no aspirations. Because the middle-class bougie lifestyle has swallowed them spiritually. And it's 1997, so they can't envision a future at all, unlike 1991.
Yeah, see, it's like this, folks. 9/11 woke us up.
Yes, it reminded us that white people, black people, Hispanics, they are all different. It's no longer the 90s, baby.
Yeah. Yes. Oh, fuck. Everybody, I'm not even going to say, I'm just going to say everybody watch Deep Cover.
Yes.
So that you can understand our references when we say, it's the 90s, baby.
Oh, yeah, but make sure there's no black people in earshot range when you start that film up.
Yeah. I watched that movie with my best friend Dave, who's black. And,
what?
And I think he kind of liked it, but
wait, you mean Three-Monic?
Yeah.
I didn't know he was black. Did you know Keo was black?
Oh, yeah, I did.
How did you know that? We only make jokes about him his Italian half on the pod.
I forgot how I found out. TBH.
Did you measure his skull?
Oh my god. No.
I'm glad he doesn't listen to this. Swanson, you better not snitch.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, Swanson's a real
But-
G. He's the only one who likes my Letterboxd reviews anymore.
I'm happy when Swanson likes my reviews.
Aw, he's a simp.
There's maybe 5 more films I want to talk about for sure because.
Oh, okay. That's fair.
Because right now in the list I'm at like the middle of December and I want to talk about certain ones that were either extraordinary disappointments or extraordinary like surprises. But the same day that I rewatched American Psycho, later that night, we watched the movie Kajillionaire, which was suggested by my girlfriend's roommate. And to be honest, despite my girlfriend's roommates being kind of normies, all their
Kinda gay with it.
all their movie recommendations have been fire. Because like Nate had us watch Mandy, and Kelsey had us watch Kajillionaire.
I don't know any of these people. Well, I think I know Nate.
No, I mean that's a different Nate.
Hold on one second. I think I need to let my cat out. Just
Okay. I'll
just
keep
collect your
running.
thoughts and drink some coffee, for God's sakes.
I'm not getting sober yet. Do. Oh, I love sex. Just kidding.
Okay, I'm back.
All right. I wanted to talk about Kajillionaire.
What if you had
fantastic
a
movie.
gajillion dollars?
This movie honestly blew me away, and honestly, like, it's one of those movies. It kind of like unexpectedly, strikes a nerve with you.
This movie sucks me off.
It sucked off my heart, you know.
Oh, God.
That's the best way I can put it. But basically, it's about a young woman who's in her mid-20s. She like lives with her parents. Her parents are not sentimental people at all. They're actually the very opposite of
so
that.
sociopaths.
Midwesterners.
Yes.
Just kidding. But basically, she and her parents are a team, and they work towards various schemes that are basically just amount to like burglary and just like clever
Hustles.
ways of scamming people, and like, you know, using whenever they show emotion, it's all basically feigned. It's not real. They only use things like emotion in order to get what they want, and they basically just scam for a living. And it's you kind of end up wondering, like, damn, I bet there are people out there who legitimately do this, and they just do
it's
all
called the
these different
mafia.
schemes. Yeah, but I mean, the thing that makes this movie so interesting is like that it's literally a family. But
Yes, like the mafia.
when you're here, your family. That's the Sopranos promise, okay? Except when you snitch, and then we just fucking kill you.
Did you know it's not even the Sopranos crime family? It's a DeMeo crime family.
I did
Fun
not
fact.
know that. But in any case, it has several scenes in it that I swear to God will probably just stay with me. And it's not because they're like especially horrifying or whatever. It's just because they're such unique situations, but they're not unrealistic, and they definitely like tug at the the sentimental side of, I don't care. You can be goddamn who's a good person for this? You can be the fucking Terminator, and this movie might make you feel something.
You now know why they cry.
So yeah, yeah, Higurashi when they cry.
EX Plus featuring Knuckles. Featuring Dante from Devil May Cry. But no, I rated it 4 out of 5, but I cannot recommend enough that people watch Kajillionaire. It was the closest thing I can compare it to was definitely Horse Girl. It had a very kind of similar vibe. If that turns you off from it, then I apologize. But but also I'm not very experienced with this like genre of movies, so yeah. Yeah.
The end. I watched Master and Commander, which is also like a very surprising gem.
It's Russell Crowe, eh?
Yeah, it's on a boat. He's British. All the food is covered in weevils and maggots.
Oh God.
But the chef still makes him a cake for special occasions.
That's based.
That looks like it's made out of like 19th century pudding. I kind of got queasy just looking at it.
Oh God.
No, this is a very atmospheric film. For a film about, like half of it is just them on the boat. But unlike Dot's Boot, there's actual victory and triumph at the end. And there's a detour where they go to the Galapagos Islands and people the animals there. Nature is beautiful, is what I'm saying.
That it is.
Yeah.
I've gained a new appreciation for nature now that I'm no longer allowed to go outside. Yeah, I wanted to real quick mention. I hate mentioning this because it doesn't even deserve it, but I watched Tenet. Tenet is one of the films
that movie
I
is
watched.
haunting you. You lie in bed thinking about it like how I think about Char's Counterattack when I'm sleepless.
No, I think about Xenogears the same way that you think about Char's Counterattack. Oh God, wait a minute. I just clicked on my review for Tenet, and I didn't even realize it, but that I wrote like 10 or 12 paragraphs about this shit.
Oh God, you gotta go back in time and unwrite them.
No, it's just... But all I want to say about it is... There's been so much discourse. There's been so much discourse, so much... You can't even keep track of how much discourse there's been.
The most famous movie in the world.
Yeah, the most famous director...
Lying Chris.
In the world.
Director Chris Christie made a bad film.
He's got to get
a lot of people.
He's got to get control over his weight. Everybody's saying, Chris Nolan, we're worried about you. We're your friend.
You're gonna crush those bridges in New Jersey. You're gonna break if you keep going over them.
Why don't you get on the treadmill? Just 30 minutes a day. That's all it takes. All you gotta do is just walk.
My dad's company is offering him like $20 to get 5,000 steps in.
Oh my God, that's kind of based. But no, Tenet. I just want to say this: I am usually a person like
I'm
logically.
Usually a person too.
True. If I wasn't drunk, I would just fucking cuss you out right now for making a joke like that. But since I'm drunk, I feel nothing but
you're just gonna kiss me instead.
Yeah. That was fucked up. No, I'm usually a person who I watch Christopher Nolan movies. I am very easily able to kind of turn my brain off and just kind of enjoy them in like a stoner guy mindset.
Impossible for this one. Am I right?
Say that again, sorry.
Was it impossible for this one?
It was, and that was the primary problem.
Could you at least hear what they were saying? Because I know people in theaters couldn't.
I could because, I was like wearing headphones and like just sitting right next to my monitor, and also I had subtitles on. But I will say... You need to turn the board back in time. The coup d'etat forces are advancing on the what I'm about to say is it's a joke, but it's also extremely true. Okay, you have Michael Caine. You put Michael Caine in your movie.
How old is he?
Oh, he's got to be like fucking 90. I don't know. He's probably in his
100.
like 80s or 90s. You put Michael Caine in your movie. The first and only scene in which Michael Caine is featured, he is eating lunch, and he is introducing plot critical concepts while he is chewing his food.
Oh my God! They just went to his house.
The man already sounds like he's eating when he fucking talks.
Marlon Brando.
Yes, it was.
Or who's that guy who's always in the B movies that Best of the Worst does?
I was
the kind
just
of famous guy who's always sitting down now in his later half.
Yes.
What's his name?
I cannot remember his name, but I was actually going to mention him, but I couldn't remember his name, so I didn't.
Joe Piscopo.
It has the exact same vibe as those appearances do. But the problem with this movie is ultimately is that even, if you turn your brain off and go into dumb guy mode, you cannot enjoy it the same way that I enjoyed The Prestige. Like, The Prestige was a fun fucking movie. It was basically like kind of like an adaptation of part of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. And
in a weird fucked up way, yes. I can't really like, my brain doesn't understand, but my heart does. What you're saying?
Thank you. And usually, like with Christopher Nolan, like he has those kind of like dumb guy like twists, but I love those so much. There's always like a twist at the end, like, oh, I actually planned for this eventuality, and it's like, oh fuck, like
I was the one who killed Margaret. Character motivation, the third.
Basically, but this movie, it comes apart at the
Tenet, you've been sucking your own dick.
John Tenet. It's time for you to fucking die.
Yeah, I'm sad that 9/11 was not related at all to this film.
What wasn't related?
9/11.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
If this movie actually would have been related to that, I would have given it at least one more star just on that basis alone. That would have been
more than
so
0.
Amazing. It would have been so awesome. But no, it's I hate to say this, but it's like not even really worth watching. Go to letterboxd.com/DJ90s hentai if you want to read my review. It was a long review, but
a worthwhile one.
It was
probably.
Yes. Yeah. That's all I want to say.
Elle was sober when she wrote it, unlike now.
Yes. Absolutely. After that, I watched a movie that I
watched Casino.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, fucking goat. I like it because Philly Leotardo from The Sopranos is in it as Joe Pesci's right-hand man. But what are you supposed to say about that film? That's like, I think that might be Scarsese's like best mob movie.
I have to either watch or rewatch it because I genuinely can't remember if I watched it in the first place.
But it's not on your letterbox, homie.
Well, yeah, but...
Well, do you remember the opening scene? If you don't remember that, then you haven't seen it, I don't think.
I mean, it's functionally, I have not seen it, is my point.
Oh, like your mom showed it to you when you were 4? And you saw Sharon Stone and were like, wow, I want to be like her!
Something like that. Man, Sharon Stone.
Oh, yeah, so Casino's basically Martin Scorsese making a movie about how women be shopping. And how you need to avoid bitches with BPD.
This is true. Sharon Stone was unbelievably hot in the 90s.
Absolutely.
I feel
she's like
no
Android
shame in
18, but in real life.
Yeah, basically. It's based. Basic Instinct. She was
horny.
I can't even continue on that train of thought because
you're gonna jerk off. Folks, my dick is bigger than ever.
The FCC is going to take us off the air. If I continue this train of thought talking about Sharon Stone, the FCC, they're going to have no choice.
They told me, Stair,
to
you're going to be NC-17 if you keep talking about this. You know, the original edit of Casino was rated NC-17, and they had to cut out violence.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
That's kind of epic.
Which I understand, seeing that film. Definitely the most bloody, I think, of Scorsese's mob movies. I haven't seen Gang of New York. I'm going to do that after we're done here.
Based, TBH.
Yeah.
Next
do you have any other films?
Yeah, I got like a couple more.
All right.
Next up, I watched a movie that I had been meaning to watch for a while because I had it added to my Letterboxd list, and just the very concept of it sounded very interesting and epic to me. But the movie is called Off Limits from 1988, and it stars Willem Dafoe and Gregory Hines as two. They're basically military police in Vietnam during the Vietnam War.
I saw this review. We were very happy.
Yeah, I'll be honest. For some reason I only give it 3 out of 5 stars, but I have nothing but basically like fond memories of this. like I feel like it was just really well done. I guess it kind of
film.
I guess it kind of drags at parts, is what I said in my review. But Willem Dafoe is fantastic. Great soundtrack. It's looks like I said this, and I stand by this. It's basically like Dirty Harry, but in Vietnam. It's like genuinely worth a watch. Like there's this whole like canon of Vietnam movies that were basically made in the 80s, and this one fits right in with all those ones, you know, with the one that De Palma made with Michael J. Fox, and the one that you know, like Platoon and stuff like that. It's less about, you know, being out in the field, and it's more about being in the city and kind of investigating this shit, but investigating murders and shit. But it's very good. And the thing, it's kind of one of those things where after you watch it, it's a little bit painful because the way that the movie ends, it's like it kind of could have gone anywhere, and I started imagining what a sequel to it would have looked like, and I just got really sad because I would watch the shit out of a sequel because it was like just so perfectly primed for that.
Yeah, Americans are never gonna watch a Vietnam film ever again.
Yeah, as a aspiring filmmaker, and by that I mean I've never made a film, but I've watched a lot of films. I very much want to make a Vietnam film. That's the dream of every white person that's grown up in the suburbs, is to make a Vietnam film. Nobody wants that.
I watched Gallipoli, which is essentially a Vietnam film set in World War One. Directed by Peter Weir, you know, with Mel Gibson. Like the crazy thing is, like, they don't actually get to the war part until like the last 30 minutes of the film. They spend like an hour just traveling across Australia before they even enlist. There's an extended sequence with Mel Gibson and other twink just traveling through the desert to get to Perth. And then they spend another like 40 minutes just in Egypt training and hanging out and vandalizing the pyramids. The crazy thing is they got like electronic music for the score, which a lot of people don't like, but I think it's a brilliant twist since World War I was like what brought about postmodernity. So having like that weird alienating soundtrack kind of adds to it.
Yeah, I could definitely see that.
Yeah. Anyways, I guess it excuses Mel Gibson's crimes. 3.5 stars.
Yeah, Off Limits also had a very 1988 soundtrack, which I felt was good. Like it's the 80s, baby. We got all these synthesizers. Why do you got to pretend like it's still 1969? They got period music in there too. This one
Vietnamese pyramid music.
Not exactly. It's playing over the American radio station or whatever.
Gay.
And this one black soldier guy is listening to the radio, and he's like, "Hey, now this is really happening," and then
this is happening.
It's moments before he gets brutally killed.
Oh, of course. I knew once you said black guy. I didn't give a name of the actor.
Let's see. What did I watch that I wanted to talk about?
That was the last film I watched, Gallipoli.
Okay.
You're still in like the middle of December.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna jump ahead to January here. Well, no, I really quick I want to talk about a movie called Hard Ticket to Hawaii.
Which I assume is an Adam Sandler comedy.
You would assume so, but you would be wrong. 1987, directed by Andy Sedaris. I should watch the other Andy Sedaris films.
Oh, I'm thinking Punch Drunk Love, where they do go to Hawaii.
Oh yeah, true. Half the movie is women topless.
Yes.
And I think it does pass the Bechdel test. I'm not sure, but it's just an incredible movie. And apparently, all his movies are kind of like this, but it's kind of like a Samurai Cop thing, but it's like more competent. Like it's the weirdest part about this film is how actually competent it is, despite being like ostensibly like outsider art. Basically, like it's legitimately like kind of funny and charming, and it's like it's not overly long. It's like 96 minutes. It doesn't overstay its welcome. It kind of has a sense of humor like about itself too. My first instinct was to call it a porno just without the porno.
Oh.
But really, there's a little bit more substance to it than that. Like the main characters are women, and like they actually kind of have personalities and likes and dislikes and stuff. And like I said, you know, they do spend half the movie just topless, but like it was nice because they have like amazing bodies too. As
amazing
the thing.
Boobs. Hotted boob woman.
Dan, Nikki, your bobbies.
Damn, like, girl, you are naked.
Yeah. But there's like also some great like 80s action, like violence and like shooting and shit. And I don't even know how to describe it. It's pretty nonsensical, but it's really fun. But moving on, I just want to cover the last 2 or 3 real quick. I finally watched Nightcrawler. This was another one.
Oh, yes. Classic.
This is another one that was...
about society.
Recommended by my girlfriend's roommates, and we all watched it together. Mm-hmm. Fantastic movie because...
it's like the original Joker.
It's kind of like Taxi Driver, but it's like Joker. But it's like... what if Jake Gyllenhaal was a damn snack, but also he was a yandere?
You know, the perfect read I've heard on that movie is that's a sports film. Like the way it's shot and structured.
Have you seen it?
Yes, the sport is just scumbag journalism instead of, throwing a ball. He even gets a girl at the end.
The only thing... so this wasn't even in my review, but I genuinely think this is the best way to describe it. This is a movie about a guy who is trying with all of his energy to speed run capitalism. That is what he is trying to do, and he basically is succeeding.
Got it a 1.
Just the main thing I wanted to mention about Nightcrawler is it's such... I think we as like modern American audiences of movies, we're so conditioned to only respond to and recognize certain tones that movies can have. Like tonally, this movie was kind of upbeat, or it was, it was just a really depressive tonally, movie. But this, I feel like it changes tones, or it has this very specific tone throughout that is so unusual to kind of our modern senses that my mood was changing the whole time, but yet my heart was in my throat the whole time just watching it. Like, it is like, you can totally understand that having seen it. Like, I was just freaking the fuck out.
I just thought the guy was cool. I wanted to be like him.
That Nightcrawler that's kind of like right next to Drive and like the autistic movie canon.
Yes, it's like the better version of Drive. It's like the actually good version. No Bryan Cranston though. Big shame.
Oh, true.
Maybe you could have been like a J. Jameson figure. I want those pictures of dead bodies, Gyllenhaal.
Well, yeah, there was that figure with the older woman.
Yeah, but she's also an object of his sexual desires.
Yeah.
Maybe that's gonna be what the next iteration Spider-Man is. Gay Jonah J. Jameson.
Yeah, I was just gonna. Yeah, I would watch that, TBH.
And Spider-Man's a thin boy. I don't know how you would tell under the costume though.
Man, this is changing everything.
Into the Spider-Verse 2.
But just real quick, the final movie I wanted to talk about was
Dragon Ball Z: The History of Trunks.
Oh fuck. No, is it?
Oh, I'm heartbroken now. Marge, you're breaking my heart.
You're tearing me apart, Lisa. There's a little movie called The Kid Detective.
Oh, you mean Ace Ventura, Pet Detective?
No, I've never seen that movie, and
I haven't either. I feel like that's something for people who are in their 40s, not us.
Yeah, you're either like 7 or you're 40.
In 2021, those are the two ages, and we're mentally 7.
After World War II, the world was split into two.
Boomers
and
West. Coomers.
This was called the Cold War. You couldn't even get sucked off through the Berlin Wall.
I watched an anime about that. Marvel of Schwarzmarken, about an East German mecha squadron.
Holy shit.
Where this bitch just defects. Episode 1, this bitch defects over. It's like, I want to unite the Germans. I think we could beat the Beta if we work together. And then she's shocked to find out East Germany is like a repressive police state.
I really want a
And then there's this. And then the main character's long since dead thought sister comes back. But right when she does, there's a flashback revealing that the brother was adopted.
Oh.
You can guess what happens next.
You know what that means.
Hey, he's doing pretty good, but he's not good enough to fight with us.
Yeah, and then it turns out she's a Stasi spy.
Oh.
That sells them all out.
I just want to talk real quick about The Kid Detective.
All right,
This
is it like
movie-
Baby's Day Out?
It's like it's a little bit. The reason I watched this movie was because Will Menaker made a tweet.
Will
about,
Gaker.
Yeah, Will Gainaker, who
Of Homo Trap House.
We will have him as a guest sometime on the pod because we're fellow podcasters.
Well, we probably could get Andy to ask him on. I mean, yeah. Sorry for saying his name like that. Anarcho.
Oh fuck. Yeah. we technically are like 2 degrees away or whatever, but
yeah, he still hasn't had me on his stupid podcast.
Oh man. But no, he made a tweet about the movie Under the Silver Lake, which is one of my favorite movies of all time. And somebody in the replies mentioned the movie The Kid Detective as being similar to it. And that's literally all it took for me to watch this fucking movie.
I have seen neither.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because I was recommending that you watch. I was recommending that you watch Under the Silver Lake because like legit like forget everything else. Just like just watch that movie sometime. But Kid Detective, it actually is kind of similar to Under the Silver Lake. It has bone dry humor to it. It's just really great. It also reminded me a little bit of Jeff Baina's films like Life After Beth, Horse Girl, that stuff.
I will never watch Horse Girl. I refuse. I'm ideologically opposed to it.
That's fair, honestly. It's a very femme-brained film.
A toxic display of femininity.
You do get to see what's her name completely naked though.
Yes.
But anyway, Kid
that
Detective.
That bitch, completely nude.
Kid Detective was phenomenal. Like it. Like all these modern kind of drama like movies that I'm watching, I think it's because of my my general unfamiliarity with the genre, but I feel like this Horse Girl, and like Kajillionaire, they're all very kind of similar tonally. Like they have this. Oh, go ahead.
Okay, go on.
They have this kind of like depressive, like very dry humor, but like a depressive kind of like tone where it's like, oh, you know, you're past your prime and, you know, your parents are kind of disappointed in you and yada, yada, yada. But it's like, it's genuinely kind of interesting, and it's like, I don't know. I thought it was really kind of funny. It was darkly funny, you know. And the last maybe third or last fourth of the movie, I was like legit glued to my seat. Like the last couple scenes are genuinely like both a little bit harrowing and also like you see the actors kind of really put all of themselves into their performances and just like really kind of become what those characters can become, you know, that have just been set up, you know, have been building up through the through the previous, you know, segments of the movie. And I don't know, just like Kajillionaire, I cannot recommend this movie enough, basically.
I had the thought, you know, our unfamiliarity with that genre, you know, the romance and dramas, do you think that's why we're so autistic? Or is that just a symptom of us being emotionally repressed mongoloids?
I was just about to say, yeah, I think it's a symptom of that.
Oh, okay.
Also, as growing up being socialized male and just, you know...
rest in peace.
Yeah, it's all good though.
Also, trailing back, now I'm just imagining like an old movie trailer where it's like listing the cast: Sly Stallone, James Wood, that bitch.
yeah, that bitch.
This summer, fantastic. You will see 3 seconds of full frontal.
All you and your 14-year-old friends will flock to the theater.
You will lie about your age.
Yeah.
I wish I never had that experience.
Me neither, because we didn't necessarily grow up in the 90s or 80s.
I don't even think I remember seeing an R-rated movie in theaters until I was already an adult. Like,
yeah,
R-rated movies kind of went away after the 90s. When we were in the aughts, it was like a dire.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually. But yeah, that's thanks for bearing with me through all that.
And now we gotta talk about Dragon Ball Z.
Yep, that's true. You can kick it off.
Speaking of a movie that does not pass the Bechdel test, none of the females talk to each other in this. And like Android 18's like introductory scene is her buying clothes.
Yeah. Toriyama be like, women be shopping, you know. even though it's completely antithetical to her
To be
character.
fair, 75% of this is original material. Yeah, this is crazy shit, man.
Yeah,
Bro.
I was just kind of disappointed because like the movie is practically not much
special.
longer than 45 minutes, and it's like you could have made it literally twice that length,
No,
and
they
I would have
can't
been fine.
because they wouldn't have the broadcasting time allotted to them by the
Yeah,
networks.
that's fair. I mean, for the record, I feel like they did a great job of like basically crunching as much material as they could into that time, and it felt I almost had a little bit of whiplash because I've been watching so much Dragon Ball Z recently, and the pace is so slow, you know.
Oh,
and,
yes.
and I'm not
like-
I'm not complaining, but like that
I am.
compared to this, like
Yeah, it's like reading the manga. Where the fights will be like 2 chapters long. And then everyone will be shocked that Dragon Ball Z is ending after only 10 years of publication.
But yeah, it was. I thought,
Like,
I was- I
that
was-
scene where Goku goes Super Saiyan 3 from all the memes? How it's 9 minutes long, half the episode runtime. And the manga, it's a single page.
based.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was good. Thought it was a bit short. It kind of basically tells the story of like, okay, yeah, here's basically what happened in the timeline where Trunks came from. Like, it was so funny when they're like, yeah, in the beginning they're like, yeah, Goku died, and they just show
And now a
like,
new era of terror begins.
yeah, 9/11 2. They just show like a photo of Goku just like fading out like against a sunset.
Yeah.
And so he's like smiling and waving. That whole Goku dying of COVID thing, I did not understand that at all.
He got a heart virus. Perhaps from space.
Like at least JoJo, like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, they like actually like treated like things like that with the proper weight, but this was just kind of weird. It was just like very plot convenient, but anyway.
What, do you think that there should have been like a full... They should have given us time to dwell on Goku's final moments on this Earth?
I just really feel like I didn't get the closure that I needed with Goku dying from a fucking disease.
I'm too tired to eat today, Chi-Chi. And sad music plays.
Oh, that's really fucking sad,
Oxy comes in
actually.
the plant. Oxy comes in carrying a fully grown cherry blossom tree and plants it himself.
But yeah, that's
Goku's just like, go on, show me the martial arts I've taught you. And he's just beating up the wooden dummy. Now I've gotten sad myself thinking about it.
yeah, I'm pretty sad thinking about
Rest in
that.
peace, Goku.
But good thing Goku is alive and well, and he's real, and he's my friend, and
Yeah.
he will be immortal. He will outlive us all.
He will never die. Except for in Dragon Ball GT, where he kinda sorta does.
Oh.
Well, I mean, fuck, in Dragon Ball Z he dies.
Oh yeah, but nobody cares.
But yeah, I think that about does it. Did you have
Yeah.
any other parting comments, Stair?
I want Android 18 to strangle me.
Oh, fuck, you said that before I could. Fuck.
I thought you were gonna say it.
Yeah, guys, look, I'm not going to get too graphic with it.
But you do want to rub your dick against her thighs until you come.
Well, yes. Because I love thighs and I love Android 18. And I would do basically anything for Android 18.
You would blow my brains out right this second if that would get you closer to meeting her.
It depends, but probably yes.
Elle is looking at the guns on our table right now.
I have had rifles like sitting on my bedroom floor for like the past couple days.
In case the
like-
president drives by. Who knows, maybe one day you'll get lucky. He's got to visit Minneapolis one day.
The Grassy Knoll 2. Parody. In my
You suddenly get a phone call from George W. Bush.
Hey, I need you to do me a little favor.
I heard you were talking some hot shit. You're man enough to... You think you can walk the walk? Oh, George Bush would misgender you.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That'd be pretty cringe.
George, I thought you were my epic. I thought you were my Lee epic ally.
Yeah, shut up, queer. Are you gonna kill him or not?
Yes, sir. I will kill Joe Biden.
Also, I need you to start selling crack in George Floyd's neighborhood.
Oh, okay. That's kind of.
It's what his dad would have wanted.
Oh my god. Yeah, that's true. George H.W. Bush was he did instigate the selling of crack cocaine in
also killed Kennedy
neighborhoods and also killed. Oh yeah, was he like the CIA guy when Kennedy got killed?
Yeah, there's a lot of weird connections. And he can't remember where he was on that day.
All right, look, I feel like if we go any longer I feel like the cops are already heading...
Bush did 9/11! Google 9/11 put options.
All right. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody, so much for listening. The buzz is starting to wear off. You do not want to hear me talk any longer.
We love you.
Good. We love you, and we love each other in a non-gay
I will die
way.
soon.
Yes, possibly, but I hope not. Because you're my friend.
Yes.
Okay, thanks.
What is the song you're doing?